Alright guys, today I'm going to be doing a bookcase bookshelf tour. So it's going to be a little bit different of a video, but I did kind of rearrange things a little bit, and I just kind of wanted to show you guys what my bookcases look like. So these bookcases are in what I call the computer room. It's where, you know, the computer is. So we're just gonna go shelf by shelf and I will show you around. So the first shelf up here is quite a mishmash of stuff, and you will see that as we go. So I do have two German teddy bears there. They both came from yard sales. This cat right here with the crazy wonky eyeballs, that came from an antique store. The horse in the back actually belonged to my parents. I just hung on to it. And this, oh my gosh, I should have dusted first. That's embarrassing. And this cat right here came from a yard sale. So yeah, mind the dust, guys. This next shelf houses most of Eric's Death Wish coffee mugs. These go back quite a ways. I don't know if they're 2 deep or 3 deep back there, but he has a very large collection of these. He doesn't use them, just kind of displays them on the bookcase shelves here. This is another random shelf. This glass piece is by Joe Peters. It is actually currently listed on eBay. I have it listed for $3,000. Hasn't sold yet, so I don't mind hanging on to it until it does. I have these 2 creepy doll heads, just kind of hanging on to them because they're creepy doll heads. I have a couple pieces of this like face pottery. This one here is a mug or cup, and then this one is actually a bank. You can put the coins in his mouth there. Those both came from an auction. In the back, it's nothing really. A mug that says Eric, I picked that up at a thrift store for him, and like a little fragrance diffuser thing. Then we also have a couple more Death Wish mugs over here because, you know, there's just not enough of them. And then this little cabinet vase is actually also for sale on eBay. I'm just keeping it up here, keeping it nice and safe. Next bookshelf houses all of my hardcover illustrated Harry Potter books. The artist who made like the illustrations on these, I think he took like a hiatus, so they didn't finish the books. I'm hoping they finish at some point because I hate not having all of them, but as for the time being, it's not complete, and it can't be complete quite yet. This is a picture frame that has pictures of my dog that passed away, as well as I have some pictures of my cat that also passed away. Well, 2 of my cats. So 3 pets all together in that picture frame. And same with this stuff down here was from my dog that passed away. This was like some pieces of her fur and stuff, and her little handprint they gave us. And then this little domed thing, I have a piece of her fur in there too. I'm trying to find a mourning brooch to stick that fur into, and it's very hard to find something. I also was kind of looking for, they made like a trinket box that was shaped like a Jif peanut butter jar. If I find one of those, I was thinking of sticking it in there too because she liked peanut butter. And then I also have a little Goebel owl, and then I have 2 of these slag hens on the nest. This one actually belonged to my mom, and I kept that one. And then this one here I found at an auction, I believe, and it matched, and it was a little baby one, so I had to get it to put beside the one that I kept from her. Down here, this shelf is all books that I'm definitely keeping. I have some kids books on this side because I like, some of those are actually mine from when I was younger, so I want to hang on to those. And then these books over here are ones that like I actually paid full price for. So I don't really want to sell them because reselling books, there's not a whole lot of money in reselling books as far as like what you pay for it isn't what you'll necessarily get back when you go to sell it. So hanging on to those because I paid full price. I have an old picture of Eric and I. Took that at Christmas time, so that just sits there. And then I have another piece of vase pottery, and this just houses all of my bookmarks. Then down here are 2 shelves of books. These are a mess. So these are all books that I either have read and I plan on keeping, or I haven't read yet. So I also have a lot of like YA type of paperback books. Like all of these couples series that you see came from an auction. I do plan on selling those, but I've been rereading them, so I'm not quite ready to get rid of them yet. Same kind of with like the Babysitter's Club books, and then I have a bunch of like R.L. Stine and Christopher Pike, so I'm kind of just saving up a large lot of those. And the books I think are like too deep within those shelves, because these shelves are pretty deep. So up here is another shelf, of course, of Death Wish coffee mugs of Eric's. This next shelf is this old Bible. Eric had one at an auction. It's very old. I don't know if we are going to sell it or not. There was actually a picture of a little girl in here that passed away. This was obviously a long time ago, as well as a lock of her hair. So that was kind of interesting to see in there. But definitely a really old Bible. All of these are photo albums, my personal photo albums. I have them all. Like this one is all of my like teenage years and high school kind of pictures. Then this one here is all of my baby pictures. I got these photo albums on Amazon. I don't have a picture in this one yet. And then this one was all of my pictures of my parents. So, woo. And then this is just a old baby picture of mine, and my mom got my shoes bronzed at some point. So those were my old baby shoes as well. Down to this shelf. This shelf is pretty much the shelf I dedicated to my parents. Both of my parents have passed away, so this is just kind of like my dedication type of shelf. So over here is my dad's picture that I'm pretty sure the funeral home gave us this. This little bag has all of the bullet casings in for when they shot off the guns at his funeral. This was a candle that we got made. I didn't get any made when my dad passed away. I don't burn these, so I just only have my mom's. This little froggy, my mom has one of these in, well, I should say my mom had one of these in her car, and then my dad ended up wrecking my mom's car, and I did get it out of the car. So her frog is actually in my car right now, and my dad actually had a little like stuffed dog in his truck. So both of those are in my car right now. But I found this frog at a yard sale, and it looks pretty much exactly like the one my mom had. It's full of like sand, so I sat it here because it reminded me of her. This flag is my dad's flag that was on his coffin. And then this flag that is in the wood, that one was on my grandpa's. So I need to get a wood one of these for my dad's flag. And I would like to eventually hang it up. I just haven't gotten around to that. And then over here, this little angel, I think it's a music box. I took this from my parents' house. This was my mom's. I wish she had red hair, but because I've been kind of like looking for an angel kind of figure that looks a little more like my mom, like with red hair. But the fact that this did belong to her, you know, I'm going to hang on to it. And then there's a picture like my dad's that they give you, the funeral home gives it to you. This is a picture of my mom when she was younger, and my friend Anna actually made this up for me as far as like framing it and everything like that. So that was so sweet of her, and I keep that here. And then back here, I'm actually going to be framing this at some point. It's a note that my mom wrote me back in the day, and both my mom and my dad signed it. So I have my mom's handwriting on there, and them both writing out mom and dad. So it's definitely like a cherished type of thing. So I want to get that framed before anything happens or like the paper starts to yellow. Then down here, this is just kind of a random shelf. I have this really large doll head bust. I do plan on selling that at some point. I just haven't done it yet because it's really quite cool. Same with the Staffordshire dogs. They need to be listed. I haven't listed them yet. The one has a pretty decent repair on it. So, and then the vultures, Eric bought those at an auction. These are really cool. They were made by an artist, and they're made out of oyster shells and crab claws. Like their little beaks are crab claws. We have so many of these guys. It's insane. Like much larger ones, much crazy larger ones. This here I think is I want to say it's a perfume bottle, but it's missing the stopper. So I think we're just hanging on to it in case like we ever do come across a stopper. Then down here, I have just some more books. These were books that I recently picked up at a book sale. So again, books that I haven't necessarily read yet. This one I'm probably keeping though. Back there is a money bag. That's where we keep just some random cash. Eric does work at the auction, and he gets paid to do that. So that money goes in there, as well as if we sell anything on like Facebook Marketplace. So that money I'll be dipping into more so when yard sales come about. And then we have two more kind of like face related pottery pieces, and those both came from an auction as well. And then the last shelf, more books that I haven't read yet. Again, a lot more that came from the book sale. And then there's more photo albums and some little monkeys. Those monkeys are listed on eBay. So that is pretty much the tour of the bookshelf, the bookcases. I hope you guys enjoyed. I honestly love seeing this type of stuff from people, just to like see how people decorate and that kind of thing, because, you know, everyone's nosy, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Let me know what you thought down in the comments, and I will see you next time.